Good morning. Welcome to chapel. In the spirit of beloved community, we welcome everyone. We work together for justice, and we walk together in our journeys of faith and learning. Know that you are welcome in this place today and every day, exactly as you are in the wholeness, fullness of your being. A special welcome today to the Luther College class of 2020 and their guests who will be on campus throughout this weekend for a commencement celebration. Welcome also to those who are watching us today on our live stream, and if you are watching online, I would encourage you to click the red subscribe button. That keeps you updated on future services. It also helps us continue to improve our YouTube channel and live stream options. For those in this space, as you entered today, you should have picked up two items, a bulletin and a hymn insert. And these are the resources that you will need for worship today. A note about our hymn this morning. The hymn's refrain includes words meaning peace from across religious and cultural traditions. So a little bit of pronunciation guide, and so you know where these words are from. Shanti, that first one, is Sanskrit. Pax is Latin. Shalom is Hebrew, and it means peace or wholeness. And then Maslaha is Arabic and means reconciliation. So we will sing those beautiful words together this morning. Today we welcome as our chapel speaker Asha Aiden, class of 2020. She will help us round out our fall chapel theme, A New Creation, with words about being new within ourselves, being resilient, and living with purpose in this world. We are also grateful today for the music leadership of Gregory Peterson, college organist, and Aurora, under the direction of Adriana Tam. Again, welcome to you all and blessings. Let us join together in worship. Will you please stand? God of life, let our souls rise up to meet you as the day rises to meet the sun. Let our hearts sing for joy, for you are making all things new. Every day we will bless you and praise your name forever and ever. We join in our opening hymn, Commonwealth is God's Commandment.
Good morning, everyone. It's so great to be back on campus and to actually see people here. Last time I was here, there was so much uncertainty about when the next time we would gather, so it's really great to see all of you here today. To start off, I wanted to thank Pastor Melissa for giving me the opportunity to speak in chapel today. I also want to thank the Aurora Choir for being here as well. And lastly, I want to thank myself for actually being here on time. That's a pretty big accomplishment for me. So this weekend is the long-awaited Class of 2020 reunion. I'm excited to see people who I've not seen since March of 2020, and I know it'll be a good weekend. So I wanted to talk with you all today about my Luther journey and post-graduation reflections. I came here as a first year in the fall of 2016, and I graduated in the spring of 2020. Life outside of Luther has been interesting, to say the least. I feel like I've learned and grown so much this past year and a half. Before COVID-19, I had plans to go to school after graduation. Whether that be law school or grad school, I didn't know, but I knew I wanted to keep learning. When we went virtual in late March, I started rethinking my plan. I was not a big fan of virtual classes, so I decided to take a year off or so just to work and see how we were living with COVID-19. So during that year, which is from the fall 2020 to this past summer, I worked a regular 8-to-5 job. For the first time in my life, I was not a student. I was just me, Asha. I thought this would be easy to deal with, but it was not. I was so used to having assignments, seeing my classmates, talking to educators, but for the first time, I was just Asha. There was a time when I felt like I had no purpose, and the thought really dragged me down. You spend years learning and growing as a student, and then one day you don't have that title to fall back on anymore. Now when people ask me, what are you doing? I just had to say work. It made me feel so empty inside. I mean, I had more free time now, no homework. So I don't understand why it didn't feel so great. But after some internal questioning, I realized I felt this way because the message that has been hammered into me since I was a child was that if you're not doing something productive, you're being unproductive when you could actually be productive. Because of that, I felt so much guilt and shame. I did not feel like I was being productive by just being me. In my free time, I started reading as a hobby. One day when I was feeling down, I read a poem by Lucille Clifton. It's called Won't You Celebrate With Me, and it is as follows. Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into, a kind of life I had no model. Born in Babylon, both non-white and woman, what did I see to be except myself? I made it up. Here on this bridge between starshine and clay, my one hand holding tight, my other hand come celebrate. With me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. So after reading this poem, something clicked for me. I'm not living with no purpose just because I'm not in school or getting a gold medal. I'm still me. I'm a living, breathing being who can celebrate who I am because I'm me, and that's enough. I'm not and never was just Asha the student. I was always Asha the human being all along. I had to navigate my identity as Asha the student, Asha the worker, but I was and am Asha the human, and to me, that is worth celebrating. To be a being is an innate victory and honor within itself. I'm just as valuable as Asha the student as Asha the human. You do not need to always be doing something to celebrate who you are. I firmly believe as a society, nation, and even the global world, we need to recognize and celebrate who we all are. It does not matter how productive one is or how much money one makes. What matters is who you are, what your joys are. Who you as you matters just as much, and in my opinion, more than what you as an occupation is or anything else. And I'm so happy I had this realization, and I'm more than happy to be sharing my reflections with you all today. So what's in the future for me? I'm still not sure. There was a time where I wanted to retire, a time I wanted to be on reality TV, which I still think is kind of attainable, a time where I wanted to be a student again, but the latter one is a bit kind of hard for me because I really enjoyed life with no homework, and let me tell you, it's a great thing once you get to that other side. But I know, regardless of whatever I choose, in my heart, I'm content just being me and living this magical life. So thank you all so much for listening to me today and attending.
Please stand. May you now celebrate and be blessed by the good news that you are not defeated. That which has tried to destroy you has failed. You are alive, resilient, and full of purpose. May you, by this good and mysterious news, abound in hope and be filled with all joy and peace in yourself this day and every day. Go now in courage. You and all things are enough and being made new. Thanks be to God.